Have you ever noticed how a tiny detail can completely transform the look of an outfit? Sometimes, it is the smallest thing that makes all the difference, especially when you are making a quick repair. When orienting a button on fabric, the general rule is to align its holes or design parallel to the buttonhole. This creates a neat and professional appearance that matches factory standards on most garments, ensuring your repaired item looks as good as new. This alignment is primarily for aesthetic consistency and functionality. A horizontally aligned button on a horizontal buttonhole or a vertically aligned button on a vertical buttonhole simply looks more intentional and helps the garment lay smoothly. First, carefully examine your garment. If there are other buttons, observe their orientation. Are the holes horizontal, vertical, or angled? You will want to mimic this existing pattern. For a two-hole button, position the holes to run parallel to the length of the buttonhole. If it is a four-hole button, the common practice is to create a parallel stitch pattern to the buttonhole, either to vertical bars or to horizontal bars. Another popular option for a four-hole button is to form an X shape with your stitches, which inherently adapts to the buttonhole direction. Once you have determined the correct orientation, mark the spot where the button needs to go. A fabric pen or a tiny pin can help. Now, before you start sewing, grab a toothpick or a small matchstick. Place this toothpick between the button and the fabric as you sew the button on. Stitch through the fabric and the button, making sure to go over the toothpick. This clever trick creates a small space, called a shank, which allows the fabric of the buttonhole to slide underneath the button comfortably without straining the stitching. After you have sewn the button securely with 4 to 6 passes through each set of holes, remove the toothpick. Then, wrap your thread several times around the base of the stitches between the button and the fabric to reinforce that shank. Understanding the subtle nuances of button types, such as flat buttons versus shank buttons, truly elevates your mending skills. Flat buttons are those that are sewn directly through holes on their face, requiring you to create an artificial shank with a toothpick. Shank buttons, on the other hand, already have a built-in loop on the back for attachment, so they naturally provide that necessary space. Knowing this distinction helps you choose the right approach for any button repair. By paying attention to these details, you are not just reattaching a button, you are restoring the garment's original design integrity and comfort. A properly oriented and sewn button means your clothing will function better, look more polished, and continue to be a confident part of your wardrobe for much longer.